Alright, what's up guys? I'm going to teach you some SolidWorks for the UCF Knights Racing Formula team. I guess let's get at it. So I'm going to open up SolidWorks here. I'll be posting my Spotify playlist in the new member GrabCAD, just in case you want to listen along.
Every time I do, you live to good night. You woke up every night I do.
So it's basically just going to be a crash course of how to do all the basic things for the homeworks, hopefully, and get you guys on your way for a successful career in the club. So you're gonna, that's what it looks like when you open up SolidWorks here. Make sure to download SolidWorks 2016. That's what the club is using in the 2018 season. So hit new. Yours might look different. Just click part. Let me see. No, don't do that. So just come here, click new. It should come up with a different screen, but it'll say part. Let's see if I can get it to show up. Oh, here we go. This is what yours is going to look like. So click part, hit OK. It's complicated. It's complicated. Let it load. Alright, so this is what it looks like here in a blank part. We're going to always go down here and change your units to whatever is appropriate. The whole car is built in inch-pound second. There are some drawings that are in millimeter gram second, so make sure to be aware of that. I did put that in the instructions for this part. For right now, we're just going to do inches because that's what we're all familiar with. So we're going to, this is how you navigate your different planes here. And so, for example, you can see we've got different planes, or top view, right view, blah, all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make a sketch here on the top plane. And what a sketch is basically just a 2D drawing on some sort of plane. So what I want to do is create a sketch, so just click sketch, sketch. And then you want to click the plane that you want to be on. So I said I want to be on the top plane. You can see top plane is right here. And this is going to draw on the XZ plane. So there's just a bunch of basic functions. Always start your part off at the origin. And so, you know, for example, here's a line. Here's a rectangle, circle. You know, SolidWorks can do a bunch of different things. A spline here, so you can do, you know, a bunch of crazy different parts. And the first thing I'm going to show you is the Smart Dimension tool, which is basically, this is how you define how long a line is. And so, for example, we want to make sure this line, so do take notice that if I go way to the left, it's just going to be the length of this line in the Z direction. But if I come in closer, it'll be the length of the line and just the magnitude of the line, so 2.58. For right now, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to put this dimension down. But, you know, you can mess around with that. Here's how you do diameter of a circle, so 3.52. If I want to make that smaller, say I want to make a 2-inch diameter circle, it's 2. Alright, so now it's 2 inches. Doesn't really matter, like, again. And the next thing I'm going to show you is relations. So some really basic relations are going to be what you do is you click on the line and you come over here and you just click vertical. So now the line is straight up and down. To undo something, just Control Z and it'll undo it. So now say if I didn't want that line to be vertical, I want it to be horizontal. Okay, now it's horizontal. And what that does is it fixes it from, it can only go left and right or up and down. And this is how you start defining sketches. So I'm going to undo both. I'm going to undo that again. You can also do that with you can do like tangent. So if you want to do tangent, you control both a line and a circle. You can click tangent here. So now the circle is now tangent to the line. And say if we want this point to be somewhere on the circle, you right click the point, or you click the point and then click the circle by holding control, so they're both selected, hit coincident, and now this point is on the line. So now no matter what I do, this point will be tangent to the circle and on the circle. I don't like Taylor Swift, so I'm going to change the song here real quick. So let's see. Nope. Gonna listen to the White Lies Friends full album, because why not? Alright, so let's go ahead and just do some like basic parts. So you can mess around with all the different relations, and we'll use them tremendously throughout this video, and you'll just get a hang of what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just delete everything, because I don't want any of this, is just make a basic rectangle, so a cube. So, here's a just basic rectangle. I'm going to smart dimension this length here to something basic, so let's say 1 inch. And now to make a cube, you can either smart dimension this edge to 1 inch also, or you can make a relation in which this and this are equal, and voila. Now you have a fully defined sketch, which is all black, which is always great. So now that we finished our first sketch, I guess I should show you how to get out of a sketch. So to exit a sketch, you have to click this button here. If you want to not change anything in the sketch because you messed up, hit discard and exit. But if you liked what you did, then just exit the sketch. Okay, so now you can go to features, which is a whole nother tab up here. So we went from sketch to features, and you can do extruded boss base. And what it's going to ask me for is, what am I extruding? And I can click here. I want to extrude this sketch. To extrude, you have to have a closed polygonal figure, so you can't do like a U shape, for example. I can show that here in a second. So let's make a 1 inch extrusion. It's blind. Blind just means it doesn't matter what's going on, it's just going to go up. There's a bunch of different ones, but for right now we're just going to do, you could do like mid-plane, so you can see like now it's actually 2 inch. Or actually no, it's 1 inch, but it's ½ inch both sides of the plane. And then we'll go up to some of the crazier ones later. So that's fine for right now. Alright, so now you have your first part. Nice beautiful cube. So now let's say we want to extrude cut, so basically cut a hole in this cube. What you can do is click on the face that you want to cut, hit sketch. So now you're going to sketch on this face. And one thing I like to do is convert into, so right click on the face, convert, and what that does is it takes the lines, and I can show you here, and converts it onto the plane, so on that face. And to undo that, just show again. So now I have these lines I can base my sketch off of, and I want to draw a circle in the center of this. So what you want to do is, you can do this 2 ways, I'll show you both ways. So you can create a line, and you just draw basically so it's coincident on the 2 lines, so obviously that's not straight. So what I want to do is click this point, click midpoint, and then what I'll do is make that coincident with the midpoint of the line. Click this point, click this line, and then also make this midpoint. Somebody's calling me, so we're gonna pause this for a second, which I can't, so you guys are just gonna listen through my phone call. Hello? Yeah, they would. Oh, so it won't fit. Alright. Alright, yeah, just go to our rallies. Alright. See ya. Okay, so, moving on. So now we need to take, oh yeah, my music stopped, so you gotta be blasting and cruising. So the other way to do this is that's the way you want to put it center line. So what I want to do now is make this a construction line, so now it doesn't actually affect anything, it's just for reference. Now I want to take, oh God. 1 Hello?
Sorry, but for like when you put that nut in, like, if the clutch back, like the clutch basket like rotates.
Yeah, you just gotta hold the
Yeah, but how do you-
crankshaft on the other side.
No, you need like you don't hold the crankshaft.
I don't know. I can look at it when you get home.
Maybe I just like maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure. Or you can just put it in gear or something. Hold the output shaft.
You're supposed to make special.
Alright.
There's always a way around it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way we can, like...
It's only like 68, 27.
Alright, yeah, we can figure it out. Alright, see it. Alright. Now that that's over, and let's get back to this. So, what you want to do is do the same thing that I just did before. So, point, line, midpoint, point, line, midpoint, right click, set to construction. So now we have the center of this square. So click our center circle and click here, and we want to make just some random size circle, smart dimension it, and voila, we'll say 1/2 inch diameter. It's just random. Alright. Now you can do features in a sketch, and that's probably how I usually do it. So extruded cut, and what you want to do is come down here to selected contours, select this contour, and then you can click whatever's in red, and then for this I'm just going to put through all, and what that's going to do is go through the whole piece so you can see there. Another way you can do it is go up to surface. So I want to say it goes up to this surface and it'll go up to here. I could have it not go all the way through and do, I think, offset from surface. So say I want to only go 3/4 of the way through. So as you can see there, now it's only going most of the way through but not all the way. And then, but for right now we're just going to do through all. So it's just going to go all the way through and cut all the way through the part and make a hole. So now we have a basic part, a basic cube with a hole in it. So now the next thing I want to do is I'm gonna show you how to do some basic reference geometry, so creating planes and points, stuff like that. So the first thing we're gonna do is create a sketch here on, or we'll put a point, and put a point on this plane. We don't want it center his face, so alright, let's not do that at all. So what I'm going to do is create multiple sketches. So I'm going to sketch here on this face, then I'm going to convert entities. You don't have to do that, so I'm not going to, just because it'll actually still show up. So there we go. There's one point, and we'll say that's 1/4 inch from this point. So 0.25. Okay, and then I'm going to make another sketch on this face, and we're going to put another point here, there, smart dimension it again from this vertex. We'll do also 0.25. Okay, and then lastly we're going to do a point on this face, or gotta get out of that sketch, make sure you get, and then create a sketch on this face, one more point, and then smart dimension it again from this vertex, and 0.25. Alright, so I'm sure you're wondering, why did I do 3 sketches instead of 2? And that's because SOLIDWORKS likes saying you want to have 3 different points or for a plane. So if you put them in the same sketch, it's going to see both points as you're trying to do like one point, and it just gets confused. So what you're going to do is come up to reference geometry, then plane, and then what you want to do is click your 3 points, and it will make a plane for you. So now you can see that, so we have a plane, which is great. And let's say that I didn't want to make a plane there, I want to make a simpler plane. I can do, so a plane is defined either by another plane and an offset, 3 points, or a line and a point. So we can do this face, and you can see I can offset this plane off this face, and so that's one way to make another plane. Or we can do, like I said, you can do a line and a point, and there you go, we got another plane. It's the same as this plane, but you can use it in a bunch of different varieties of ways. You could also do 2 lines if you wanted to. So I can show you that one also. So let's say that line and that line. So now you can see I could cut the cube in half. But for right now, we're just going to do the 3 points, which is here, here, and here. So great. So now I want to create a sketch on this plane. What I want to do is actually cut off the corner of this square. And what I'm going to do is just draw a large rectangle on this plane. I don't even care about how big it is. So let's see. So you can see this square is ginormous. And what I'm going to do is now feature, extrude cut, and it's going the wrong way. So you hit flip side, or don't hit flip side, hit this. This is the direction. So now you can see it's just going to cut that way. And since it's only intersecting in that small area, which is in between the 3 points, we now have successfully cut the corner off of this square, or cube. And then, let's see. So the next thing I'm going to show you is we're going to create another plane, and we're going to cut this thing in half. So reference geometry, plane, cut, cut. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to draw on this plane again. Falling down. So we're going to draw just a huge rectangle again, because it doesn't matter, on plane 2. And then we're going to go to features, extrude cut, and I'm not going to cut the side that we just cut, just for whatever's sake. So now you can see we've got some janky looking part here. And so now we've got this weird face here that we can't really, do. Let's say we want to make a cut that is 30 degrees off this face. So like, it's basically, it's not the circle that we're going to cut through here is not perpendicular to this face. It's not perpendicular to this face. It's not perpendicular to this face. It's really not perpendicular to anything. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, I guess I'll just show you another way of making a plane. So like I said, we're going to make it some random angle that's not the same as this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sketch on this face. So, basically the normal to the plane. And I'm going to draw a line of where I want it to be. So I'm gonna hide planes here just because they're getting in the way. Let's see. Planes is right here. So now you can see the planes are gone, so they're not so annoying. So I'm going to convert this entity, and I'm going to make these construction geometry because I don't want, they're just for reference for this single sketch. I click Clo Linear instead. I want construction. Alright. So I'm going to draw a line like this, let's say. And then, like I said, we're going to smart dimension at some random angle off this. So I think it's 118 degrees. Let's make it 30. So it didn't like that, so let's not do it like that. Really, oh, I see the problem. So what I do is I made this coincident down here, and I don't really want it to be. Oh, I guess it's not coincident. Alright, so it just wants to be some obtuse angle, so let's just do 90 and see what happens. Like I said, this is just for you guys. Or I don't want 90 because I don't want it. Okay, so last one, do 120, so it's just, or 130, so it's some even number. So you can see it, this is just some, crazy looking cut, but there's no way to draw the extrude cut to this without doing this. So we're gonna hit OK, exit sketch, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna also make another sketch on this face, which is here, So sketch, sketch. Alright, I'll just highlight my other sketch on accident. So sketch, sketch again, and then we're gonna click the this face again, and then we're gonna put a point here on this line just randomly. So we're gonna just put it here because it doesn't matter. Then we're gonna do reference geometry, plane, click this line, click this point, and voila. So planes can be defined by a normal, and so a normal line and a point, which I just shown, and then we're gonna hit OK. And then since this is intersecting with the part, we're gonna do another reference geometry, so plane, and then we're gonna go up a little bit. So I'm gonna flip this offset, so now it's way up here. Now we're gonna sketch on this plane, and what we're gonna do is, let's say that we want a hole in the center of this face here. So what we're gonna do here, so I created a sketch that I didn't need on accident. So we're gonna sketch on this face, and then we're gonna draw a line, and then sometimes you can just highlight the midpoint and then just go midpoint to midpoint like I'm doing here, and that's just like a shortcut so you don't have to spend as much time. The only thing is you have to be careful because like it won't 100% of the time always do this if you miss it. So I'm going to make these both a reference geometry or construction. I'm going to put a point at the intersection here like that, and then I'm going to escape, and then now I'm going to create a new sketch on this plane, and then I'm going to project this by converting just like that. And then now I know exactly where to put my circle, so I'm going to put my circle right here on this point, and we're going to say it's a 1/4 inch hole. So smart dimension this. Click two things. So 0.25 inches. What a beautiful circle that is. Extrude cut, and then it's going the wrong way. Flip it. Now, see, this is where like coming up to surface or something, or through all. So let's say let's go up to surface because I just don't know the depth of this, and then so now it's actually going to go through the entire part, and voila. So now we've got a random or a desired angle cut that we prescribed. And then now let's do I can show you a mirror. So this is really important. Also, you can mirror features. You can also mirror sketches. So we're going to mirror about this face, and we're going to mirror a body, not a feature. So we're going to mirror this just body. So now I've got my whole cube back again, and it's got these two weird cuts on it. So I'm going to undo that because we don't need that really. And then I'm going to show you some other basic features such as fillets. So this is a fillet. All it does is round corners. So let's say we want a 1/4 inch fillet here. So you can see it just rounded the corner. So that's really straightforward. So that's basically it for this part. That kind of showed you, a lot of the basic things that you need, and then on the next video we'll go over some revolves, and so you can know how to do that, I guess. I'll go over some of that later. Alright, well, thank you very much, and good luck on your first homework.